Hi, I'm Jeff Ludy, the window expert. Thanks for joining me on this video. Today I'm going to talk about the differences between annealed glass, tempered glass, and laminated glass. So you say, what's annealed glass? Well, annealed glass is glass. I mean, that's just what we call annealed glass, right? Is the glass you see in your windows, the glass you have in your house today, the wine glass you drink out of, the water glass you drink out of, Coke bottles, that's annealed glass. We use it in just about everything. So then we have tempered glass. You say, well, Jeff, what's tempered glass? Well, tempered glass is annealed glass. On steroids, you might say, because what we do is it goes, you cut it first, right? You get the size you want. It goes into a special oven that takes the temperature up to at least 1112 degrees, right? And it actually kind of bakes this glass. This glass gets semi-soft, right? And before it has time to dissolve or just sit there and cool down, it goes into a quenching process where it quickly gets cooled off. And what happens is it creates this huge amount of tensile strength in that glass. And what does that do for the glass? It actually makes tempered glass 4 times stronger than annealed glass. You say, Jeff, wow, that's pretty cool. Where would I use that? Well, the reason we want that is because it's not only more difficult to break, it's stronger, it's harder to break, and you put it in places where you don't want your glass to, get broken. Maybe it's like a golf course or bottom of the stairs or something like that. But it's also for safety reasons, because with all that tension that's built up inside of that glass now, when it does break, unlike annealed glass, here's a picture of annealed glass, look how it breaks into shards that can harm you and cut you, very dangerous. Tempered glass breaks into hundreds and hundreds of tiny, small pieces that are harmless. Now, I guess you could choke on them if you got a mouthful of it, but you're not going to get cut and you're not going to bleed like you would from annealed glass. Okay, so you can see, look, I don't have any gloves on. I probably shouldn't do this, but I don't have any gloves on. And you can see I can handle this, right? It's not safe. I'm not advocating that, but look, this is unlike typical annealed glass, which is going to hurt you if that's the case. So we use that at the bottom of staircases. We use that indoors. For example, I'm here in our showroom. All of these doors we have in our showroom are going to be tempered glass. In fact, I'm here in Houston at our beautiful showroom where we have over a dozen brands of windows and doors. You should come check it out. If you don't live in this area, check out my website, thewindowexperts.com. I have a list of great window companies all over the country, probably someone near you. So that's where we use tempered glass. Now you say, well then Jeff, you promised me you're going to talk about laminated glass. Okay, here's a good example of laminated glass. So this is from annealed. They call it First Guard. This is laminated security glass. This is used in places where you need more security or in places where you have flying objects, like, for example, a windstorm area where we have hurricanes, etc. What makes this different? Well, it's actually tempered glass, and you can see it has a layer of tempered glass here, another layer of tempered glass over here, and then in the middle we have this little flexible, kind of like a shock absorber. This is actually called a PVB liner, polyvinyl butyl, and it comes in most cases 3 different thicknesses. This is a really thick one. You got a 0.30, a 0.30, 0.030, 0.060, 0.090. This is the 0.090. Some companies even make a 0.120, which is really thick. And so what does this do? Well, this is what happens. When a tempered window breaks, like I showed you just a minute ago, it's going to shatter and fall to the ground. If you have an environment where you want it to be strong, and it's okay if it shatters, but you don't want it to fall to the ground, you put this liner between the 2 panes, and then what happens is this holds it in place. Because if you're in a storm area and a window gets broken out, you don't want it to drop to the ground and let all the wind in, let all the water in. You want it to stay in place. That's important so that the wind and the water don't come in. Does that make sense to you? Another place you might use this, and that's what this is a security application for this one, is like this video. Watch this video. Look at this guy trying to get through the front door of this business. This has laminated glass in the business. So he's pounding and pounding and pounding. I mean, he's got quite a work. This video is quite long. Trust me, he doesn't get in. Why? Because this PVB liner is holding that glass in place. Gives you time to call the police. Gives you time to go reload your shotgun or whatever you do at your house, right? Because this is security glass and it's safety glass combined into one unit. So which one do you need? You probably need annealed glass for most of your applications. You're going to need tempered glass when it comes to certain things that are required by code, certain windows that are in certain places of the house, like near a bathtub, for example, right? That's for your safety. And where do you need this high-level laminated glass? Storm areas, high security areas, but one more area, this is a bonus. Think about this as a shock absorber for sound. If you have an issue with sound in your windows, maybe a bedroom or an office or a study where you just can't sleep because there's so much noise coming through, you might consider a double pane window like this. Here you see that we have annealed glass on this side, and then we have that laminated tempered glass on this side of the window. So you get double pane, dead air space, glass that's tempered, you get your PVB liner, you get another piece of glass that's tempered. This is going to be safety, security, and sound reduction. Now bring your wallet, because this stuff gets pricey. But if you need it, we've got it. Hey, do you mind hitting the like button? Do you mind subscribing and sharing with your friends? We're trying to help everyone have the best window knowledge possible. Why? Because the more you know, the better informed you are. The better informed you are, the better decisions you'll make when you're buying windows. I'm Jeff Luty, the window expert. Thanks. I'll see you again next week.